All right. So you have just seen that how the tables got turned against Shylock, and now Shylock is on the verge of losing the case. Not just he has lost the case, but he also has to give up his identity, that is Judaism. Throughout the play, Shylock is referred to as the Jew, and now it is that Judaism that he has to give up and embrace Christianity. Perhaps we feel bad for him, but you know what to do. That was the way people thought those days. Yes, that Shylock loses his identity, but still, maybe for the Elizabethan audience, he did not get much sympathy from them. But yes, from the modern point of view, we do feel bad for Shylock because he loses even his religion. Anyway, now let's see what Shylock has to say to that. Duke says, he shall do this. What is this? This is acknowledging Judaism, sorry, acknowledging Christianity, and B, acknowledging Lorenzo and Jessica as his heirs. Okay, so he shall do this, or else I do recant the pardon that I late pronounced here. If he doesn't do this, then I withdraw the pardon. In other words, then I pass a death sentence against him. Perhaps you expect that Shylock will say, fine, give me a death sentence. But no, he doesn't say that. Shylock miraculously says, I am content. The play ends happily for everyone, perhaps including Shylock, because after this, Shylock's life is saved, and Shylock also will reunite with his daughter Jessica. Okay, now then Portia says, clerk, that is Nerissa, draw a deed of gift. Look at the legal words, deed of gift, saying that Shylock is, acknowledging Lorenzo and Jessica as his heirs. Okay. Now Shylock says, I pray you give me leave to go from hence. From hence means from here. I am not well. Send the deed after me and I will sign it. Of course, Shylock is feeling unwell. He wants to go home and he wants the deed to be sent after him. Fine. The Duke very angrily says, get thee gone, but do it. Okay. And then Gratiano says, in christening, thou shalt have two godfathers. Had I been judge, thou wouldest have had 10 more to bring thee to the gallows, not to the font. Now, when you become a Christian, you will need more than one godfather. Yes? Now, who is a godfather? During baptism, somebody has to take charge of the religious education of the child, and that person is a godfather. Now, Gratiano means to say that Shylock needs not one but two godfathers. But had Gratiano been the judge, then he would have said that you require at least 12 godfathers. And the number 12 is so significant because those days, to pronounce a death sentence, we required at least a panel of 12 judges. Okay, now uh, after that, exit Shylock. And then the Duke says, sir, I entreat you home with me to dinner. To Portia, he gives an invitation for dinner. And then Portia says, I humbly do desire your grace of pardon. I must away this night towards Padua, and it is meet I presently set forth. Very politely, Portia declines that invitation of dinner, saying that I have to set forth for Padua tonight. And then the Duke says, I am sorry that your leisure serves you not. Antonio, gratify this gentleman, for in my mind you are much bound to him. Very true. Antonio, give him something. I'm sorry that you cannot come to dinner with me, but Antonio, please give him something, because it is because of this gentleman that your life is saved. Now, exuent Duke, magnificos, and train means the other officers. And then Bassanio speaks. He says, most worthy gentlemen, I and my friend have by your wisdom been this day acquitted, freed of grievous penalties, in lieu, in return, whereof 3,000 ducats due unto the Jew, we freely cope your courteous pains withal. So what Bassanio says is, he thanks Portia for saving the life of his friend, and says the 3,000 ducats that we had to return to the Jew, I wish to give it to you. Then Antonio says, and stand indebted over and above in love and service to you evermore. We will pay you 3,000 ducats, and we will be forever indebted to you. At that, Portia says, he is well paid, that is well satisfied, and I, delivering you, am satisfied, and therein do account myself well paid. I'm satisfied, I don't want any money. My mind was never yet more mercenary. Mercenary is money-minded. I'm not a money-minded person. I pray you, know me when we meet. This is ironical. Next time when you meet me, try to recognize me. And of course, this is not possible. Yes, because next time when Bassanio meets Portia, he will not recognize in her the lawyer. I wish you well, and so I take my leave. But Bassanio stubbornly says, dear sir, of course I must attempt you further. Take some remembrance of us as a tribute, not as a fee. Grant me two things, I pray you, not to deny me and to pardon me. No, dear sir, you have to take something from me, not as a fee, but as a remembrance. And then Portia says, press me far, and therefore I will yield. Give me your gloves. He says to Antonio, I will wear them for your sake. And then to Bassanio, and for your love, I'll take this ring from you. Which ring? The same ring which has been given to Bassanio by Portia. So she takes a pair of gloves from Antonio, and then turning at Bassanio says, give me this ring. Let's see what happens. Okay. Now, I think Bassanio, draws his hand away. So Portia says, do not draw back your hand. I'll take no more. And you in love shall not deny me this. Don't worry, I'll not ask for too many rings. I'll just take this, and that is the wedding ring. Okay, now, Bassanio says, this ring, good sir, alas, it is a trifle. I'll not shame myself to give you this. And Portia says, I will have nothing else but only this, and now methinks I have a mind to it. I'll only take this ring. Bassanio says, this ring is nothing. I cannot give you this ring. But Portia says, I'll take nothing but this ring. Okay. Bassanio says, there's more depends on this than on the value. The dearest ring in Venice I'll give you, and find it out by proclamation. Only for this I pray you pardon. I'll take you to the market, and by an auction I'll give you the most expensive ring. See, Bassanio's now got Portia's money, and he wants to show off. He says, I'll take you to an auction, give you the most expensive ring, but don't ask me for this ring. Okay. Portia says, I see, sir, you are liberal in offers. You taught me first to beg, and now methinks you teach me how a beggar should be answered. First you taught me to ask you for something, and when I ask you, you treat me like a beggar. Bassanio says, oh good sir, this ring was given me by my wife, and when she put it on, she made me vow that I should neither sell, nor give, nor lose it. You remember that, yes? This ring was given to me by my wife, who made me promise that I will never part with this ring. And then Portia says, that excuse serves many men to save their gifts. And if your wife be not a mad woman, I know how well I deserve this ring. She would not hold out enemy forever for giving it to me. Well, peace be with you. That is just an excuse. If your wife knew how well I deserve this ring, I'm sure she would never say anything to you. She would never be angry with you. Excellent Portia and Nerissa. And then Antonio says, my lord Bassanio, let him have the ring for his deservings, and my love withal be valued against your wife's commandment. My lord Bassanio, please give him this ring. Let my love be more valuable to you than your wife's order. And then Bassanio says, go Gratiano, and run and overtake him. Give him the ring, and bring him, if thou canst, unto Antonio's house. Away, make haste. So Bassanio sends the ring through Gratiano. Exit Gratiano. And then he speaks to Antonio. He says, come, you and I will thither presently, and in the morning early we will be both fly towards Belmont. Come, Antonio. And then they execute.